Morning, everybody. Bless up, bless up, bless up. This is another early morning live with Rally. I hope that you had a wonderful night, a peaceful night, a safe night. And as we enter into another week, it's hope that you will continue to keep yourself safe as we, as a people of the world, battle the problem of the pandemic, which affects us. At this time, usually I would be, um, probably uh, on my way to work. I would have already taken my kids to school and my wife to work, and I would be like probably at work. It's 6 a.m. I will be listening to the news in the early morning, and then I will be actually uh, getting my class ready, and then I'll be in my office, falling asleep until probably about 7 o'clock when I'll get up, walk around a little bit, and be there to welcome the students as they actually come on the block for classes. So this is a Monday morning. Yeah, it will be like general devotion. So we inspect the kids, ensure that they are on the uniform properly and all that. This morning we'll be talking about a little bit about the intricate uh, details which covers being a YouTube creator. Talking about the whole idea of tags, talking about metadata analytics. Understanding your YouTube. The framework as to how you go about you know putting things together properly. Originally, the discussion was supposed to be how long does it take to make a video. But after looking at it, I realized that that discussion would not have lasted the 60 minutes. So that discussion is in it. But I know that it will take a while for persons to actually get on. So in the meanwhile, I will just try to go through the the YouTube creator section of this presentation. Alright, so you have a Google account, and once you have a Google account, you automatically have a YouTube account. Alright, the thing is that you'll have to activate that by actually going on YouTube, signing in as your name, of course, and doing a little adjustments so as to get this YouTube account looking so attractive, for you. All right. So being I'll be away a little bit from the chat. I'll be bouncing here and there because I'll be talking about the whole dashboard and analytics in YouTube. So if you have actually laid a comment, you it might be there might be a delay in response. All right. So I am on my dashboard, and on the dashboard you have um, content, playlists, analytics, comments, subtitles, copyright, monetization, customization, and there is something else there which reads audio library, settings, and feedback. Now, it's good that you know what each actually does, because what it does is it helps you to be a better creator in understanding what you're all about. Dashboard is that screen which actually shares with you um, some brief analytic information, such as it, it shares with you the total percentage views within the last 28 days, and this can be set um, within the YouTube itself to 7 days, 28 days. You can set to the different days in which you wish. It also tells you watch hours, and first this watch hours was originally in minutes, and then they changed it to hours, right? It also tells you the top videos which persons have actually enjoyed, engaged in, for the past 48 hours. Okay, so it gives you a list of top videos, and it gives you a list of published videos, right? And those persons who recently subscribed to your channel and the latest comments. So therefore, once you go to your dashboard, you should be able to see a brief analytics as to uh, where where how your channel is at the moment. All right, so the latest comment will be there. So what you'll be doing is, instead of going to individual videos, to click on the videos to answer to respond to the comments made by your viewers, by your audience, you can just go to your dashboard and scroll down. Where you see dashboard, you see content, you see playlist, and you see analytics. And you actually hit the comments tab, and you can actually view the comments on your YouTube channel. Now, comments that are published on your channel normally there forever, right? But comments that are held for review, that's normally held for 60 days. Recently, YouTube changed wherein they place the spam comments at the end of the page, right? So those persons who like would send like comments with hyperlinks, that would go into the spam, so you won't be able to see that readily, right? Okay, so we our emphasis today is primarily going to be in the analytics section. Now you have a YouTube channel, and you'll be wondering, why is it that certain things are just not working for me? All right, now you need to first look at over the channel analytics, which gives you uh, overview as to what your viewership is like. Um, in creating your YouTube channel, you should have done the groundwork as to what you are actually going to be looking at, right? If you're going to be looking at, let's say, music, if you're going to be looking at fashion, if you're going to be looking at drama, if you're going to be looking at, doing a vlog post where you talk about different aspects of your real life, that that's gonna be you know within certain genre within YouTube, right? So you have to do research on that, and you have to check out other persons in whom have actually done similar posting. Hey, biggies, wagwan boss. Boss, thank you. Wagwan, long time no see. How things? Good. All right, cool, boss. All right, today talking about YouTube creator, metadata, video analytics. How you go to interpreting all of that. So for the next 60 minutes, well, not really 60 minutes. I think I have probably about 52 minutes left. Right, I'll be looking at that. Right, so you have the views, the watch time, subscriber, and your estimated revenues. Now, for you to actually reach monetization, there are certain rules of thumb that is needed, right? What you need you need to have a minimum of 1,000 subscribers. And two, you need to have at least 10,000 views. What's next? You also need 4,000 watch hours within the last 365 days. That means persons must engage your videos, watch your videos, allowing for you to earn 4,000 hours, not minutes, hours, hours worth of watch time. All right, and several persons mention this within their published posts or within their streams, and they will share with you that this can be a very difficult um thing to achieve, but it's not really. It's about consistency and discipline. Um, what you must understand is that you will be at times perplexed about some persons who just be on YouTube for a couple of weeks and a couple of days, and they have actually hit the monetization tab, right? That's because they have connected to a certain group of individuals whom have vested interest in a particular genre topic in which they consider um, you know, to be of great value. For example, with the pandemic out, the pandemic, person staying home, and this have created more browsing time for several YouTubers and for several viewers. So, for example, on weekends, you have a lot of persons, they go to church in the virtual space. So, a lot of a lot of church organization institutions, they would have had their virtual church online. Their membership have actually subscribed to the virtual space, and as a result of that, they found themselves having huge following base, and within no time, within a few weeks, they have actually had the 1,000 subscriber, 10,000 views, and they have actually gained the hours worth of watch time. But many of them probably might find themselves in a little problem. Um, not being able to monetize because they have included within their share several musical items that might be copyright, and by law you can't earn off another person's copyright item, so you will not be able to monetize shares that have music or things in it that is claimed to be copyright by another, what you call it, third party? Yeah, third party individual. All right. So I'm in the analytics, and in the analytics, it shows you the, the amount of views that one would get um, per day, and this is actually depicted by a line that goes across. Now, above this line, you have views, watch time, subscriber, your estimated revenue, right? And you have a date that span for a couple weeks, right? Presently it spans for about 3 weeks, right? And you have the little diagram which shows it to what's your viewership like. Okay, on the far extreme corner, I call it the right hand corner, where your icon is at, you have the subscriber views for the last 48 hours, and you have the top videos. Now, the views for the last 48 hours, that is something that you want to watch because you want to ensure that it stays at certain height, right? Um, if you are a content creator and you consider yourself creating authentic information, you don't need to look at your subscriber, right? What you need to do is look at your content, right? And in creating your content, what you'll have in creating good content, interactive content that is informative. You find that Aquafong, yes, so early, my boss, so early. Talking a little bit about YouTube creator, talking about video publication, talking about the whole dynamics has to work. Yeah, 6 to 7, I have work at 8, so I just do a little early morning thingy, and we get there, at least accomplish that, and then now we can probably do another stream at night, but right now. I just working out on that. Right, how things with you? Hope you're okay. Hope family's okay. Right, right. All right. So we're talking about being a content creator. Being a content creator is someone who actually creates information based on relevance. YouTube is divided up into different genre, where in it you have um entertainment one, you have education two, um and underneath education probably you could put um religion, right? Yeah, and you are, yeah. So religion, politics, all that can come underneath education, right? And you have entertainment, right? Music videos would be there. Yes, yes, Jeffrey Watts. Big up yourself, brother. Big up yourself. All right. So here you have all of these genres. Right? Persons. If I was, let's say, if I was talking about dancehall in Jamaica, I'm sure that I would be like swimming in the millions right now. Meaning regarding if I was like going so hard as though I'm going hard with my YouTube fish keeping channel, um in dancehall. I mean, knowing everything in dancehall, doing the interviews, meeting the artists, putting out promo songs, all that. I will be in the hundreds now of regarding hundreds of thousands regarding viewership, and probably thousands regarding subscriber. Now it depends on your petite, your niche, as to who you're reaching. Now in Jamaica, wagwan my boss, me there, me there, me there, me there. Big up yourself, Derek. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Alright, so we are touching a little topic. That's a little bit we call it now. It's a society topic, a topic in which not much persons would really engage in, because a lot of persons don't like competition. So as far as possible, this topic is like a secret to a lot of persons. Whilst I am not going to be going in full details, because I would have to have like a board that actually go through as I share. But because this is my actual channel, I wouldn't want to like disclose all of my data. Yeah, yeah, to everyone. But I'm trying to do a descriptive analytic viewpoint thing to share with you as to where we're at. All right, so here we have the analytics, right? And the analytics tell you your views. And your views, if you keep your views an average over 15,000K, right? Ensure that you have at least 15,000K every 28 days. You will find that you will achieve your goal very, very easily. Also, if you try to have at least I think it's what 20,000 minutes within 48 hours, you'll find that you'll be able to achieve monetization very easily. Um, what you could do, Akofo, you could do a channel that just being you. It doesn't really limit to politics. Just being you are this is Jaden, or something like so, which just speaks about things. For example, if you see a car accident out there, you record it, you put it on, you publish it. So it's like you being a blogger of sharing what's happening in the community space and all that. You talk about everything that happen out there, and you find that you get a different genre of individuals that might follow you because of the content that you create. And you can have that channel separate and apart from your aquatics channel. You don't have to let anybody know other than your good friends about this channel. You just build it from scratch, because you have already had a channel that has been monetized, a channel that is doing good. So therefore, you just build that channel. You'll know the dynamics as to how to do that. So you will just use that mindset so as to to build that channel. And you find, yeah, a lot of persons. I was talking to a young man yesterday, and he was saying, "Wow, um, you have a YouTube channel?" Let me say, I said, "Yes." He says that, "How many subscribers do you have?" I said, "I have over 2,000." He said, "Wow." So he was asking me questions about it, and I said that, that I've been working on my channel for the past 2 years. Sorry, from 2017, right? And it takes about an average of about 2 years to really reach a set of audience that you really think would be like the core of your channel, right? And from there you build, right? And it depends on what you like. The persons around you might not like that, because I was talking to him. He said, "Boy, it's a lot of work, a lot of dedication." I was saying that, yes, it's a lot of dedication, but if you like the thing and you do the thing, you find that it is no problem. You find it comes easy. I mean, for example, you said that you want to do another channel. That means you would always have a charge device somewhere near you, separate and apart from your phone. So whenever you're driving, whenever you're walking, whatever you're doing, and you see something that is newsworthy, you just videotape it and you keep it on your person. And when you're ready, you just edit it and you blur it, what you're supposed to blur out, so as not to infringe on anybody's privacy. And you publish what you need to publish based on what you have observed, and this would be like an anecdotal type of share. So it's based on your experience. It's not like a third party. So that would be something of great value to a separate genre, a separate audience that you might have out there, right? So fish keeping limits you to fish keeping, but there's a lot of things in fish keeping that has not yet been I call it unraveled by several channels. So several channels are like trying to find topics, but there are topics out there, and hopefully I can get to how you find topics before I end this stream. But before I get there, we talk about the whole idea of um, the your videos. All right, so I am going to go into one of my videos, and we're going to be talking a little bit for a few minutes, not much. We're going to talk a little bit about metadata. Now, you always hear people saying that metadata is what pulls audience to your videos. Metadata is what create that opportunity for the YouTube creator to actually earn hours worth of watch time, right? Okay, yes, that's true. That's really true. What is metadata? Metadata is simple information that you actually put out there so as to attract persons to your YouTube channel. So what are these? Metadata are like all right, for example, the title. Creating your title. Hi, hey, Worm's Eye View, how are you? What time is it now? Nice seeing you, my sister. Yes, yes, nice seeing you. Nice seeing you. I appreciate you being here, joining me from a street. You see the topic, it's a little bit, a little touch and go at different ends, because, I could spend like hours just trying to unravel details that covers the topic. All right, so we're talking about metadata, right? What is metadata? Metadata is simple information that you put out there, simple information that you put out there. All right, for example, let's look at the title of a video. Okay, so you did a really awesome video, right? And you put the video out there, but here what now? You did not put a title that will have your audience being attracted to the video. So put in um like a question and all that sometimes negate the real purpose of your share. I know sometimes it might seem as if it's a little bit dishonest in your descriptive in your descriptive I call it now descriptive section, right? But what you must understand is that whatever you feel the real purpose of the video is, that is what should be the title. So let's say that I am trying to um get a male Oscar and a female Oscar to be paired, right? Okay. So I want to put a video title male and female Oscar, right? I would put identifying male and female Oscar, right? Because you all know that a lot of persons have issues sexing male and female Oscar. And what you could also do, you could also check out other channels that have, you don't, not even other channel. You just go on YouTube and you type in titles similar to yours and see what comes up, and see if and probably you can even watch their videos and see if whatever you have actually shared in your piece that is not published as yet, if that has actually resonate with you when you watch that video, and you watch 3 or 4 videos that should be at least similar to yours, because regardless of how bright you think you are, regardless of how intelligent you think you are, regardless of how you think that you are the first, you normally have persons that have not necessarily touched on the entirety of the topic that you are looking at, but you have persons that actually look at some aspect of what you're looking at. So you and you can use that as a measuring tool. Yes, boss, 627. You can use that as a measuring tool. Yeah, because you are practically the same. You are practically at the same time span as myself in Kingston, Jamaica. That's practically the same time here, right? And New York, yeah, because anytime I'm in New York, Jamaica, you have the same time. Oh, yeah, man. Unless you have what you call daylight saving time. All right. So you actually look at other channels, the topic in which they have. Not necessarily that you're copying the topic, but you want to find a title that will pull persons to your video. What you must understand in creating a good topic is that although your title might sound good to you, the persons out there don't necessarily type in, or should I say, search for topics like how you put out the title, right? So you have to think like persons who really, really want some information on something, how they would put it into YouTube, right? And the best titles are those titles that have hits from viewers and they become viral, right? What is a viral video? A viral video is a video that within a couple of hours, and in some cases days, the view count increases from zero to the thousands in no space of time. And I mean persons watch it, right? Having a channel with 100,000 subscribers and you putting out a video and you have 60K viewers, that is not really a viral. What would be a viral is if you have a subscriber base of 100,000 and you put out a video and 1 million persons watch it. That would be a viral, because viral would be the video, the views actually exceeding the amount of subscribers that you actually have exponentially. So therefore, it's like something connect with the viewers. So viewers are sharing it on Facebook, Instagram, on the different platform, and other persons are watching because it's really, 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 really interesting. When you have like a 70 subscriber and you end up with like 100,000 views on one particular share, you know that you have a viral video, right? When you have like 20 subscribers and you put out a share out there, and you have like 1 million views, yeah, 1 million views for one video, you know that you have a viral video. But if you have 200,000 subscribers and within 3 hours you have 150,000 views, that is not a viral. That's just a normal view count, because you have the viewership, you have the subscriber base. So that is like not nothing really extreme. Okay, so the description within your video, you read the video, right? Your video details. Now, your video details is of paramount importance. You try to put the important information within the first sentence of the video share that you're doing. So if you're looking at Mbuma, right, and talking about hi everybody, thank you for joining. Today I talk about Mbuma secret, right? Bam, Mbuma secret is there within the first sentence. What the analytics does, it actually extract certain words from the description, and it ties it together, and it actually puts it out there so that when persons actually searching for certain things, this also plays a part in the placing of your video within what I call it, within the number line. Because when you put, let's say that you're searching for something on YouTube and you put in Mbuma, right? There's a reason why the first video you see pop up actually pops up. That's because that person have actually have Mbuma in their title, in their description, and probably in their tags. And that is what we are going at next, right? So you always try as best as possible to put the title, sorry, to put the meat of the matter, what your focus is going to be on, right, in the description, right, and as best as possible, if you can actually put a link to the videos that you have actually. Yes, yes, I'm getting there, alcohol. Yeah, the title and the thumbnail. No, there's this unique thing about the thumbnail. It's about colors, right? Whilst you might have an audience that yeah, everybody audience is different, but it depends on your audience. It depends on your appeal. The colors can play an integral role in attracting viewers to actually be a part of your share, right? So as Aquafunk says, you got to make the title and the thumbnail as interesting as possible. Now, if you're talking about guppies, right, you can find a very colorful guppy, right? You can find if you're good at ultimate fish keeping, so nice seeing you, brother. Yeah, yeah, I'm cool, I'm cool. If you're talking about guppies, right? You find a colorful guppy. You find if you're good in graphics editing, you can actually put the guppy in a particular situation that will actually have persons wondering, wow, what is this? This is so cool, and actually clicks on it. Not necessarily because they want to find out the information that you're going to be sharing about the guppy, but because of the thumbnail, right? And what I discovered is that sometimes your thumbnails are too wordy. And because thumbnails are too wordy and have limited amount of graphics, you find that persons consider it as boring, right? Um, Having thumbnails that, as Funk says, that are regarded as clickbait, that can actually hurt your channel. I mean, for example, let's say that you're talking about guppies, but you find a picture of a tropheus, and you put on your thumbnail, and you know, you put that in your tag, and you put that in your description, the trophies, whatever it name, right? You know that trophies is is a fish that is a rare fish to some extent, right? And a lot of persons would love to see those type of fish, right? For example, the blue, I think it's a blue zebra angelfish. I don't remember the name, right? If you practice the idea of actually placing things in the tags and the description and the thumbnail that is not exactly within the video, or in not mentioned in the video any at all, you risk actually losing potential viewers, subscriber, because after they have actually visited your channel for like a one time or two time, they will eventually not return, because they would say that you are actually trying to drag them in using clickbait, right? Which is um uh clickbait is this thing wherein it's it's a falsehood as to what you're actually presenting, right? It's something that not good for your channel. If you want growth in your channel, clickbait is something that you should avoid. Be honest with your audience, as honest as possible. Try to make your thumbnails, and for those persons new to YouTube, wondering what is thumbnail, thumbnail is that little picture that actually comes up whenever you search for a video, and that is what you click on to get the video start working. You create your thumbnail, you have specificity with regards to the size of the thumbnail, and you can create it simple thumbnails by just going into Microsoft Paint and actually Chewy, what's up, boss? Nice seeing you. You go into Microsoft Paint. If you're good at graphics, you can carry to another graphics editor, and you can actually do your thing, and allow that thumbnail to speak for the value in which your video share is all about. All right, so your topic, your title of your video, right? It should actually surround what your content is all about. So if you're talking about guppies, do not put a title that speaks to other things, because as I said before, it will turn off your audience, your viewers. Your viewers might come once, might look, might see, and will not return. Now, I practice the whole idea of actually promoting my friend's channel within my video description, right? As a result of this, I've written the title of the channel and a link to their channel, right? Not only that alone, but I have also practiced copying and actually inserting within my description, because within the description you're allowed to at least 5,000 characters, right? And these 5,000 characters include space and actual letters, right? So, in an effort to use up all of that to ensure that everything is there, what I tend to do, I tend to look for my video shares that I have my viewers are actually watching on a regular basis, right? I look for those links. I paste it in a Word document. So every time I do a share, I will go into that Word document and I will copy a set of links, and I will place into my description. Now, what does that do? Now, several persons might come to your channel and might find a video interesting, right? Whilst they might not click on the links that is at the end of the video, which brings them to another share, they might want to see what you have been doing. Instead of going to your videos in your channel, they might just choose a shortcut into going down to your description. They might see a topic that they like and they might click on it. In clicking on it, they will see your share, right? Also, they'll see my friend's channel and they will actually go visit, and in some cases, in most cases, they will subscribe and be a part of the family, right? So I use my description area for that. And of course, you introduce them to the title, you introduce them in a brief description, a paragraph. You don't want them to be bored. I realize that several persons have actually, although they're doing good, they might have 10,000, 12,000 views, but if they had put in more information within their description area, you'd find that they would have probably gotten, instead of 10,000 views, 10,000 views for a particular video share, they would have gotten probably 15,000 or 20,000, because the description is a part of the metadata. The title is a part of their metadata. For every video that you do on YouTube, you must spend careful time, right? Looking at the video, looking at the title, looking at the tags, looking at the information that you are sharing, go through the video, pick out the word, the catchy words, the catchy phrase that you might include it in the video, and you'll find that you get the audience to be there. Some audience member might like what you present, some might not, right? Um, Going down to the like and the unlike button, I click hide my like and my unlike from my audience. And it's a reason why I do that. And I also hide my subscriber. And there's a reason why I do that. Let me share this quickly with you. I have a few trolls, and these trolls are increasing on a daily basis, and they would go on my video share and they will click dislike. Now the dislike, while it doesn't really contribute to the whether or not YouTube monetize you or whether or not your videos are promoted, but what it does, right? It doesn't really contribute to that, because if you have 10,000 subscriber and you have 20 or 30 likes, and you have 100 dislike, it's no problem, no biggie, right? But what it does, right, when persons actually come on and start to view your video, right? Start to view your video and they look over to the dislike section and they see the dislike, it resonates that something about the video is amiss. And sometimes it is, there's nothing wrong with the video. The video is interesting, it's informative, but because the trolls are there trying to instigate negativity about the share, you find that sometimes your viewers just abandon the video because they're saying, oh, several persons have actually said that this video is not good, so I will no longer watch it, right? And the subscriber, now why I have hid the subscriber for the time being is because the same shows have several accounts and they have been subscribing and unsubscribing for the past 3 weeks. Yes, boss. Yes, boss. Yeah, respect. Thank you for stopping in. For the past few weeks, these same subscribers, shows have been subscribing and unsubscribing, making it look as if I am losing subscriber, um, because of something I said or something I did or whatever. And that kind of resonate a negative tone with my viewers, because some viewers actually look at some fine details of your channel, and because they look at some fine details, it actually determines whether or not they still become a part of your channel. Yes, some persons does not from respect and appreciate you being here. Yeah, boss. Ah, cool. So, yes, so some persons might just use that as a guiding post as to whether or not your channel is, up to certain level. So I am cognizant of that. So for the time being, that's out, and it will not be visible until possible monetization of my channel, right? And then now they can do anything they want to do. But for the time being, I'm just taking care as to what I am doing, because I just want to be positive. I just want to stay focused. I just want to show love. I just want to show appreciation for my viewers, for my friends, for everything that have actually transpired from 2017 until now for me, right? So I have not yet reached, the tags. Okay, so Funk actually brought out the thumbnail, which is important. Another important thing is that sometimes um audience, right, turned off by your thumbnail, right? If thumbnails too wordy, I'm just kind of going through what I have actually said, right? Sometimes your thumbnails are too wordy, and sometimes it lacks color, it's not attractive, and sometimes it's clickbait, right? Okay, cool. So let's go on to the big one in which they call tags. All right, so the tags is not the only section of your metadata, right? I have mentioned before that that your tags actually is a part of the metadata. What is a tag? A tag is a list of words and phrases that is actually used in YouTube so as to identify your video piece, right? So if you're talking about emboomer, you have several emboomers, right? So if you're talking about emboomer, you probably can list all the emboomers that you are actually talking about, or you can list a particular emboomer. You can list emboomer, then you can list, everything that has to relate to the video share. And for those persons who have problems writing tags, what you could do, right, is to actually just type in the tag. Just think of a tag and type it in, and type in the word like Mbuma, type it in YouTube, see what comes up, and go through let's say the first 20 video shares that comes up on YouTube with using that tab. You look through the title to see words in which you can use, and there are programs in which I will not mention. There are programs in which you can use so as to actually get the the tags that persons use. Right? You can do your own research and you can discover that yourself. Right? Okay. You should understand that it's a doggy world out there as far as YouTube is concerned. Persons have a lot of secret strategies in which they use so as to manipulate metadata so as to have it favor them, so that persons will actually come to their channel even if they are not really interested in visiting their channel. All right. So your tags are those words and phrases that you actually use so as to get persons to actually check out your channel. You have roughly 500. Yeah, you have 500 characters in which you are limited to, right? After the 500, you practically can't upload more than 500 tags, right? Okay, so that's up and you're good, right? Well, not 100%, right? Now, as far as uh, creating a video is concerned, you must ensure that you have actually selected the right category within YouTube for your video, right? For me, I do pets and animals, right? Selecting the right category of video for your YouTube video um, can aid in directing your video to the correct audience. For example, YouTube have several areas. It have film, audio, vehicles, music, pets, sports, travel, events, gaming, people, blog, comedy, entertainment, news, politics, to name a few. So it depends on how your channel is actually focused. You would actually select the proper category. So if should persons be like looking at pets and animals, they would actually see your video share pop up um very quickly within their view. So your share would actually be, your share would actually be shared, right? Remember, your video share should be one in which when persons type in any phrase or word that is linked to your particular video share, it is easily found. So your title, your description. Yeah, man, yeah, man, yeah, man, yeah, man, yeah, man. Boss. Respect, respect. Enough love, Luca. Respect. Yeah, man. Alright, so as I talk about the whole idea of ratings, right? as I said before, my ratings for my videos, most of my videos these days, I have actually chosen not to show my ratings right now. Right. Another interesting thing that you need to remember is that YouTube actually late last year, they had a stipulation which says that you should indicate whether or not your video is made for kids or it's not made for kids. Whenever you indicate yes, it's made for kids, please note that your video will not show any advertisements. Right? Whenever it's not made for kids, advertisements, should your video, or should I say, should your channel become monetized, advertisement will be shown on that video. Right? YouTube have several clauses with regards to shares. So if you are actually sharing something that and this brings me to the whole idea of YouTube. You see, this 1 hour is kind of short in discussing or sharing in much details about metadata, YouTube creator, and the whole yard, right? However, it is hope that you get something from it. All right. So here's the thing with YouTube on YouTube policy. If you should do, let's say, a video with a lion eating a deer, you have to be careful in the descriptive section, pointing out that the basis for this, not it's not for thrill, it's not for to see something get killed or whatever, right? But it should be of such that it it doesn't have the audience covering their face and actually seeing that, because the audience will be actually warned at the start of the video that the content is graphic, and you put in a description as to the purpose of the video and what you intend the video where you intend the video to actually play, right? You should do this because it might, if you fail to do this, it might result in YouTube actually taking down what we call removing the content from from their platform, right? Okay, so having shares 1080 and 4000K DPI on the YouTube platform is the most preferable quality videos that that is out there. Now, when you click on the little we call it the settings icon on the YouTube video, you will see the different qualities that the video will have. Right, anything below 750 is bad, right? The quality is bad, right? It's advised that your quality for your video should be a minimum of 1080, right? 4000K is good. Only thing I find with 4000K is that it takes a very long time to upload, and it takes up a lot of space. Doing that, for example, let's say that I finish 2 or 3 videos, I would probably have to as soon as I upload it, I would have to like delete that video from off my system, because even my Google Drive would be actually full, having so much videos with such high quality resolution in it. But high quality resolution is what actually pulls a lot of persons to a lot of channel, right? And that you must understand. Also, having a set what I call it, a set guidance as to what your channel is about is also good. My video shares are done. Um, my video shares are done primarily not necessarily to woo persons to get a 10,000 or 20,000 subscriber immediately, right? I've realized that I have had shares over the past 2 years, and it's just of late these shares have been climbing into the 6,000 and 7,000 bracket, right? You see, what we should understand as YouTubers, YouTube creators, are that um, YouTube share, should I say, video shares are done not necessary for now, but also for future use. So my video shares are not primarily for entertainment, but for education and for information in which persons can use for no, your one is entertainment. Whereas I view your channel is entertainment. I mean, when I listen to you, it's like you're telling a story, right? So it's really cool listening to. It's really cool listening to your thing. Sometimes I'm not really glued to the screen. Looking at where you're at, what you're doing at the moment. But you were speaking, give a descriptive thing, and that's what I like about actually being engaged by you, right? Is that your shares actually descriptive. You say what you're actually doing. And that kind of rings a bell with the viewers. The viewers can actually feel. For example, let's say that I am here speaking and I'm telling you where I'm at. I'm telling you what I'm doing. It kind of put me as if it's putting me at the spot in which you are at. I am understanding what you're doing. It's good. Story channel. It's cool. It's cool. I wouldn't change anything. Worms eye view. I wouldn't change anything. You're good, and you're reaching audience, right? So I think that you should have more subscribers, more viewers, because your storyline is really cool. I like it. I really do. Right. In wrapping up, looking at metadata, YouTube creator. Okay, so being a YouTube creator, you have to select the genre, the interest area in which you're at. Some persons that are vloggers, they actually are all over the place, from music to fashion to food to entertainment, right? There's nothing wrong with that, right? The audience, however, should be cognizant that this channel focuses on this. So therefore, they seen you doing something else other than what they actually joined up for. They wouldn't feel like a fish out of water. For example, I have a fish keeping channel, and if I should do, I have done it anyway, but if should do video shares on topics that is not related to fish keeping, I might have a one viewer or two viewer asking, but this is a fish keeping channel, such and such and such. But first and foremost, this is my channel, yes, and the 95% of my content is related to fish keeping. But with the whole fish keeping thing, there is this individuality that exists behind the camera, and this individual which exists behind the camera also have a story, and this story should actually be resonated to the viewers, allowing the viewers to understand a little bit more clearer as to who the creator is. All right. It takes, before I finish, and probably I might end up having a part two. But before I finish, one thing you should remember is that starting a YouTube channel today doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be famous tomorrow. Being a YouTube creator, um, you should be able to withstand the tides of time, criticism, and you should also be able to be patient, knowing that you might not reach your targeted audience immediately as you become a part of YouTube. Okay, the alarm I just went telling me that it's 7 o'clock, but I'll just go probably about 5 more minutes, and that will be it. It's time for me to get that food in my stomach, prepare my lesson. Well, my lesson is prepared from last week, for school, and my students should be in the class about 8 o'clock. It's virtual space, COVID situation, virtual school. Don't know how long this will last. It's really strange situation, but we have to survive and maneuver the new normal that exists. Uh, oh, right? Yeah, yeah. I never know that you use alarm to wake up. I thought that the kids will woke you up. Okay, okay. So getting back on topic. The analytics of your video is of paramount in importance. What you should do as a YouTuber, get familiar with the dashboard, right? Get familiar with the analytics. Go through your video analytics. Check your videos, the videos that you consider doing good, and the videos not doing good. Look at the reason why. How you do that? You look at the viewership. Where the viewership are up with some videos and down with some videos. You look at the tags. You look at the titles. You look at the description. You look to see if you missed out something in your description. You look to see if you by some means somehow you actually never placed in any tags. I've seen persons done really awesome videos and they have thousands of views but they never have any tags. And I can tell you that if they had tags, they probably might get would have gotten probably about a couple more thousand worth of views. Now some persons will say that it's neither here nor there whether or not they place tags on their videos, right? But I disagree with that. Tags are important because tags differentiate your video share from a next person's video share, and it can mean whether or not on a scale of 1 to 10, meaning that 1 being the first and 10 being the last. On a scale of 1 to 10, your video actually shows up before another person, and persons tend to go for the first 20 video shares when on the screen on a particular topic than let's say if your video share is at, let's say, number 22 or 21, right? You want your video shares to be at the top of that topic so that persons will actually gravitate to that, right? It's important that you, if you do, even if you do not put, even if you do not put any tags on your videos, that you actually put uh the name of your channel, right? So on it, in the tag section, you put fish keeping Jamaica or worm's eye view or ultimate fish keeping show. That way, when anyone actually type in fish keeping Jamaica, at least that video will come up, right? But you have to try as best as possible to be visual, to be out there, to allow others to actually see you, right? Because remember, the tags, the title, the description, that is what actually encourage your traffic. Yeah, encourage your traffic. Now, I know that this is a topic that works more ventilation. More persons will probably have more to say on it. But I just have 1 hour. But these are just some important things that you need to remember, right? Also, before I end, remember that you can actually schedule your video shares. You don't have to burden yourself by saying that, wow, I have a video to do and upload by tomorrow. How am I going to do that? You can plan ahead. You can plan ahead and you can do, for example, let's say that you're on holiday, right? You can plan ahead and you can do 3 or 4 video shares. You schedule them for months, for weeks apart, right? So it gives you a little breathing space as to planning and arranging how your video shares are done, and doing a little research, getting in the right tags, getting in the right title, do your research and putting in the descriptive phrase or sentences. Metadata is something that It requires you to be consistent and patient. It requires you to actually pay attention. Pay attention to the small things that exist out there. And also, if you don't believe it, yes or no, it is true. Metadata is about competition. Your video is competing against other individual videos out there that you need to actually, it's like you need to, yeah, right. Derek, right. So during the schedule, it kind of helps you to, a little bit more relaxed, and you can actually plan ahead. No, I plan ahead like 2 months, 3 months ahead. So I have a collaborative series coming up in February 15th. I think it starts. It starts on algae, right? And the other day I actually promoted a men empowerment series where in which I am actually challenging men to to cook something in the kitchen. They say that men can't cook. So to I challenge men to actually cook something in the kitchen and to publish on their channel and put hashtag men empowerment, men can't cook. With this, what it does, it actually pushes men to be positive, creative, and to also think of themselves as progressive as they go along. And it might seem simple to you, but it's an initiative that is geared at having our young men be focused, um, you know, generating positive ideas and ideals in society. This is really for another Fish Keeping Jamaica stream. Join me tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock. 6 to 7 is my time. All right, for the month of January, I'll be streaming every morning except Saturday morning. Saturday night, I stream at about 8 or 9 o'clock in the night. Right, 1 hour each. Probably I might go over a little bit like now, but that's it. Thank you very much for stopping by. Worms Eye View, Derek, Ultimate Fish Keeping Show, Big Ease, Aquaform, and all those who have not commented. I appreciate you for being here. Wonderful, wonderful day. Be safe. And remember, happy fish keeping and peace out from the yard. Cool. I with Derek. Catch you later. See your video the other day, boss. Yeah, we like it. Enjoy the day, big man. Cool.